Hi there everyone, it's Max. Over the last year we've gotten an increasing number of questions regarding our production workflow. How do we edit the videos? How do we edit the photos? How do we produce the music? What kind of software do we use? Do we have special effects plugins? And since it's virtually impossible to answer these questions with simple comments, I've decided I'm gonna do a few videos about it, and this is the first one. And since there has been a lot of questions about the intro production, we're gonna begin there. So we're gonna jump straight into Final Cut Pro, which is the software I use most of the time. And this is not gonna be an in-depth tutorial on how to use Final Cut. It's more of a brief overview of how I work inside the program. And hopefully it will give you some ideas and hints of how you can improve your own videos. And I know a lot of you are here to see the super cool makeups, but this one is more aimed for those of you who are actually doing your own YouTube channel or thinking about starting up one. So this is for all of you, and I hope you pick up a tip or two. And since this is my first video of this kind, you have to bear with me, and I really want you to comment below and write suggestions or stuff you want to know, and ask a lot of questions, and I'll bring that into new videos forthcoming. So let's begin by checking out the Silent Hill Nurse intro, and then I'll show you how to create one. So here we are in Final Cut, and we are about to create a Silent Hill Nurse intro. So this is what it looks like when it's ready. A lot of clips here, a lot of grouped clips, and a lot of different things going on. So how do we go about creating something like this from scratch? I'm actually gonna delete this whole thing, so now we're clean. And to the left here we have a long list of clips, all the clips from the tutorial that we recorded. We want to begin with the darkness, the spookiness, and the light things there in the beginning. It's actually simple, and it's no digital effects at all. It's actually just made straight in the studio, and this is what the clips look like straight from the camera. Like that. So what's actually happening here is that Duncan is standing on the right side of the room and just spinning a LED light around. Sometimes it flashes her, and sometimes it just turns black. So pretty effective if you ask me, and you do. There you see the light to the right popping up, a little LED light. We want to begin with something like this, and these rectangles here are selections I created earlier, so that's pretty much what I would do. I would take this and pull along this and see, yeah, this is the in point and this is the out point, and then I pull it down here, and let's see, this looks cool with a little zoom effect as well, so we take that one too. This is one where it happens a lot of stuff there. Let's grab that one. So now we got our clips to begin with. I think it's a bit too eerie and dark here. So what I'm gonna do is grab a slicer tool here, the blade, and I'm just gonna click in the darkness here, and I'm gonna, yeah, there it begins. So let's click one more time, select that little piece and remove it, and what happens? Now it boom, and then directly bam. That looks good. So now we're all set with the clips, and we are satisfied with these. That's super cool. Then you remember that speedy thing she does with her head. So how do we do that? Well, that's up next because we want it right here. Let's put it there. Let's see. Yeah. All of this we want in one single clip, but it's like I'm gonna drag and select the whole thing here and just throw it into the timeline. But now we see that it's like 17 seconds, and who wants to look at this? This is like, hello, boring. So what we do is we change the speed by going over here and say that we want it fast, like 8 times faster than normal. Wow, it says 800% in the speed here. Not sure you can see that. Maybe if I zoom in here, yeah. And then I can take the handle here and drag it to change the speed. Can make it go slower and faster. So if we do that, let's check it. Whoop, it's crazy. Perfect, that's what we want. Now comes the tricky part. After this, we need all our little tiny Ellies. But either way, we need to have a background first. So we scroll down here and we find our little photo. This is a still photo, licensed from Shutterstock, as seen here. Yeah, we got these black edges. They're not fun, so we scale it up just real quick like that and move it until we get the position we want. Done. So let's go find ourselves an Ellie, and here we have lots of little Ellies doing lots of fun stuff. Let's see what she's doing. Here she's just going back and forth. Whoa, going. Let's actually use this dance move from there to like there. Yeah, let's use the dance. So we place the dance on top of the background. Make sure they are the same length, like that. First, we're going to remove the green color, and for that we're going to need something called a keyer. So what we do is we drag the keyer onto the clip, and it automatically knows that this is green we want to remove. What we see, we have wrinkles and stuff here. That's no good. So we're gonna do a quick refinement, and you can do and work a lot with this to make it look super pro. Let's sample more of the green there, you see? But then again, the leg disappeared, not good. Let's see if we can fill that with the fill holes function, yeah, like that. So now the green is all transparent, and yeah, we are left with this trash on the sides. So we need to get rid of that, and we do that by cropping, beginning with from the left here, cropping in like that. Perfect. And take the top as well while we're at it, like that. And then from the right, cropping in, and you see the more I crop, the more of the corridor is revealed until we are finished. Now we have Ellie pretty much dancing and doing her stuff, but she looks pretty tall here. Way tall for this. Not good. So we select the clip and we shrink her down to a nice little size. Move her around. We can spin her around as well if we want her to walk on the wall instead, but no, let's not. So there we have Ellie. Let's speed it up, just like we did with the head. There, and we go to 100 and yeah, almost 200%, double the speed of it. Let's see how that looks. Yay! A bit faster dancing there, a bit more fun. Whee! And we want more of Ellie's. More Ellies. So what we do here is we simply take this clip and we copy it and we paste it in above. Boom. So now we have double Ellies. We take the top one and move her out. Put her back here, like that. Tiny on the floor. Perfect. Further back. Something like that. She can even go. Whoa, now she's in front. That we cannot have. Let's move her behind the first Ellie. See, she's behind. So how does this look? Yeah, we have 3 dancing Ellies now. Awesomeness. This looks pretty cool. But didn't look like this in my intro. It had a lot cooler colors and everything was like super coolly toned. And yeah, do what I did before. I'm gonna take these 4 clips, I'm gonna group them together into a new clip. Now they are acting like one. And I'm also gonna take the 3 little Ellies and the corridor and do the same. Create a little group for them. And then the lonely one will be alone here. That's okay. So for all these, they are a little bit too dark. So I'm gonna finish up by finding a bright spot like that. And I'm gonna adjust the exposure a little bit. Bringing up the highlights of the image, and could take the mids as well, but not too high. I'm gonna exaggerate this just to show you. So, and now all the clips in my group have gotten the same treatment, and that's pretty cool. It makes for a lot faster editing. And this one is dark, but it's okay that it's dark. We like that. We like dark. And these, they look totally out of place here, but we could give them a little exposure. It's kind of too white here. So let's pull that down a bit. Like that, making it more spooky. Spooky. It still doesn't look quite like my intro. So to change up the colors and make it look really cool, we're gonna change the colors as well, making it all super cool. You can do this with these color controls if you like. You see, run around with this guy here, freaking out, making all sorts of fun stuff. That's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. Don't you think so? I like this. Should we stick with it? Yeah, we stick with it. And then we take away. Let's put more color into it. Look at this. Insanely cool. And then we pull down the shadows, making it all spooky. That looks cool, doesn't it? Yeah. Then we can copy. Just simply copy and paste. And we copy this look to this clip. And we paste it. Paste the color corrections we did. Bam. Didn't work out just as good here, right? It's way bananas. So we just have to pull it back a little. There comes the blood. The blood. There comes the blood. So let's stick with that. The first ones, find one frame. And again, we paste the color corrections straight onto the clips. Whoa, we need to back that up again. As well. There. The whole thing is a bit too dark, so let's pull them up here. Like that. So now it got a more bluish kind of feel to it. So the last thing we're gonna do for the visuals is actually add a little effect between the clips. And I have my little secret batch of clips here. And since we are not sponsored, I am not gonna tell you what they are, but I will tell you in my upcoming tutorials. Let's see. There. I'm gonna use something called a malfunction. Simply a malfunction. And I'm gonna move it out here, and I'm gonna make sure that it just works and operates on this tiny little bit here between the clips. So you see, it goes from this, and then it freaks out totally, and suddenly we are there. There are a lot of them, damage, malfunction stuffs, so we can put them on here. Make sure it looks like damage. So how about we check our little intro, huh? Playing along. Not sure the computer can play this even. Not when I'm screen recording at the same time. This is an old Mac. There she is. Ooh. Oh yeah, there are our Ellies. Actually, we could do a really cool thing. You see, they are in perfect sync here. That's no fun. So if we go into the clips like there. We have our little clips. Let's see. We can actually trim them. Just slide them ever so slightly out of sync. So now, when we look at them, they are a little bit off sync. So it looks more like natural. Oh well, they are totally off. Anyway, that's it.